Hello, everybody. It's DX here, and today we are going to be documenting the sailed back Spinosaurus. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a small percentage of people that know what a Spinosaurus is. You know, that big thunderous monster you see in movies like the Jurassic franchise. So, yeah, today we're going to be documenting the Spinosaurus. But first, a quick history lesson. This guy is Ernst Stromer. He was a German paleontologist who discovered the first Spinosaurus material. And at the time, this was all of the Spinosaurus fossils we had. And during this time, he actually did make other discoveries in the African or the Kem bone beds in what is now Morocco and North Africa. And during this time, he was actually trying to figure out what this animal would have looked like. And basically what he came up with was this. Basically a giant Allosaurus with a sail on its back. But the unfortunate thing was during his time, this was a time when World War II happened and a bombing raid was about to happen from the Nazis. So, and since Stromer was a German, he was worried that they would bomb the museum that he kept the fossils in. So, he tried to get support and probably get some people to move his fossils, but because he wasn't supporting the Nazis, he couldn't, leaving the fossils unprotected. And unfortunately, during that bombing raid and World War II, they all were destroyed. With the only clue or the existence of this animal being its bones. But after more discoveries of other spinosaurids like Baryonyx and Suchomimus, scientists now had a better idea of what this animal may have looked like. And what they came up with was basically this giant baryonyx with a sail on its back, and with a long crocodile snoot and these long thunder thighs. So, yeah, during this time, it was accurate during the 2000s era. So, movies and documentaries usually depict Spinosaurus like this, and this was basically its retro look. When you think of Spinosaurus, this comes into your mind. But after more discoveries these have been made by a paleontologist named Nizar he actually discovered Spinosaurus leg bones. And these legs were actually much shorter than previously thought. So Nizar Ibrahim thought that since the legs were so short, that meant this dinosaur may have walked quadrupedally, sort of like a gorilla. But scientists all over the paleo community didn't really agree with this theory, because it really wouldn't make sense for this specific theropod to just walk quadrupedally. Heck, even the most earliest dinosaurs during the Triassic didn't walk quadrupedally. They still were strict bipeds, but that's if the fossil record tells us otherwise. Then in 2022, a new tail of Spinosaurus was eventually discovered, giving us this weird tadpole crocodile duck sailfish looking thing. Yeah. So yeah, that was the history lesson of the evolution of Spinosaurus. And another thing, time period. Spinosaurus lived during the late Cretaceous period, around here. Here. And what and where did Spinosaurus live? Well, in Africa, of course. And what is now Egypt. In fact, its genus name name, Spinosaurus aegypticus, was named after Egypt, where it was discovered. So that's where the name Aegypticus comes from. What did Spinosaurus use its sail for? Scientists aren't really specifically sure, but a long time ago there was a theory that Spinosaurus would have used that sail on its back as a mating as some kind of heat absorber. Basically, the sail it would point its sail to the sun to absorb body heat, and if it got too much, it would dump it out by staying in shade. This theory didn't last too long, and it's more likely that that sail was probably used for a mating display, basically to attract female Spinosaurus. Could Spinosaurus swim? Well, that theory has been questioned a lot over the years. Scientists have been questioning this and wondering if Spinosaurus could swim. Some scientists even said that Spinosaurus probably couldn't swim because it had hollow bones. Bones. Now, basically what bone density, it's basically how dense your bone could be. For example, you know how when you see a duck, it just floats above the water and it doesn't really dive into the water like it swims under it? Well, that's because realistically it can't because of the air sacs in the duck's body, like most birds. That's why if you weighed a puppy and a chicken that are like the same size and width, the puppy would weigh more because the chicken is technically cheating by using air sacs. And usually animals with denser bone, that usually means it can dive deeper. And for other carnivorous dinosaurs, they can't really dive that deep. And another thing about Spinosaurus, they also had these more needle or these less conical teeth, which were sort of more or less made or designed for gripping onto slippery prey. Because for most carnivorous dinosaurs, like our friend Tyrannosaurus Rex, their teeth had serrations on each side, sort of like a shark, which were designed for slicing into flesh. But for Spinosaurus, they didn't really have these serrations. They're more conical and cone shape. That meant that these teeth were designed for stabbing, not slashing. And this was very useful in catching fish. Fish like this Onchopristis right here. Extinction. We don't really know how Spinosaurus went extinct, but the theory I have heard once or twice before is because of sea levels rising. Because of the swamps and because the oceans keep rising, it causes other rivers and streams that Spinosaurus would hunt fish in and to decline in water, causing the animal not being able to catch fish. And because it was specifically adapted for that lifestyle, it didn't survive, causing the animal to go extinct. And so, the famous sailed-back dinosaur eventually died millions of years ago. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like these videos. Yeah. Next time on Dinosaur Next time we'll be documenting the three-horned Triceratops. This is DX signing off.